Ugh. Welcome back, everybody. You know, on this channel we are no strangers to the giant inflatables, and our friends at Wellcomer have sent us this 26-foot ghost trio that I am excited to share with you. We have done several giant inflatables, such as this one, and this one, and of course our 26-foot tall inflatable jack-o'-lantern that has been the focal point at the end of my driveway for Halloween for a few years now, and I have been looking for something to replace it with because you know me, I like to shake it up, do things different, so I was excited to do ghosts. It's going to go perfectly with my Ghostbusters theme this year. We're going to add a nice new focal point to the end of the driveway, and it is really going to pull that scene together and kind of freshen up my display. So this again is from Wellcomer. Let me go ahead and show you their page on Amazon. I will, of course, put a link to this Amazon page in the description below, but let's quickly, before we take a look at the product, take a look at the Wellcomer store. So not only do they have this fun trio of ghosts, but they have other giant inflatables too. We've got a monster, I love this monster's hand coming out, and this fun new jack-o'-lantern version. It looks like it'll be a lot more stable than mine. This one's got this nice sort of built-in base. I love the look of that. And then they have, of course, other sorts of inflatable products that you can take a look at yourself. Today, of course, we are going to be taking a look at these three guys. Now, if you are concerned about their cute nature with these wonderful little bow ties, one thing I love about this inflatable is that it has two different sides to it. As you can see from this image here, if you don't want to see the friendly looking bow ties, even though they still kind of look a little mean and scary, you could do them without the bow ties on the back, or you know, if you have your trick-or-treaters coming from different directions, wherever they're coming from, they can get an interesting view. You're not going to just be seeing some blank side. So as we take a look at this item, one thing to note, it stands 26 feet tall. It's 11 feet wide, includes a powerful commercial-grade blower. It has premium 210D Oxford fabric and a durable PC bottom layer that enhances stability, security, and long-lasting performance. We have reinforced D-rings, tie-down ropes, ground stakes. This is perfect for Halloween, haunted houses, parties, yard decorations, festivals, and more. If we scroll down to check out the reviews, we will see that there are none. So we are going to be the first. It is up to us to decide for ourselves how good this product really is. Let's go ahead and get this box open. It does come with a taped on strap here. This box itself is pretty hefty. It weighs about 67 pounds, but I love how compact it is. Some of our giant inflatables come in equally giant boxes. This one is about 24 long, about 18 wide, and 18 tall. It does say on the top not to use sharp objects to open it, so close your eyes, don't watch. I have very carefully got this box open for us. They smartly put this heavy cardstock right in the middle, so if you were to use some scissors or something to open it up, you're not going to hopefully accidentally cut through that material. But again, I don't recommend doing that. As we go ahead and finish opening up the box, we can see we do have that nicely packaged inflatable. We have a user manual. Look at this. It's not just a piece of paper. This is like a little full color booklet. I am impressed with that. We've got a packet of supplies, the inflatable. It looks like the inflatable has its own protective package. So if you did not want to store it in the box after the season, you have your own sort of bag for it. A good portion of the weight of this product, I think, comes from this blower. This thing is substantial, and you know it is going to be blowing a massive amount of wind. It does have a separate switch on the back, so you can turn it on and off right from the blower, so you don't have to keep unplugging it every time. The plug itself, the cord here is, I don't know, about 6 feet long, so you're probably going to need to plug it into an extension cord. But the really nice thing about having the detachable blower is now this thing is much more manageable. It's still quite hefty, but you know, I can easily lift it. It's also going to make this thing a lot easier to store. Let's go ahead and open up this goodie bag next and see what's inside. Lots and lots of rope, but you're going to need it because this thing's very tall, right? So we're going to have to stake it down from high up top. It comes with its own mending products. So there are 3 pieces of white fabric and 3 pieces of black fabric, and it even comes with the thread to sew them on in case we have an oopsie daisy with our product, but I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. We have a number of these bags, which I'm going to assume are to weigh it down. So we could fill these with gravel or whatnot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 5 plus 1 that the materials come in. So maybe 6 of these bags themselves. And then we also have 6 of these heavy duty stakes to keep it tethered to the ground. I think we've waited long enough, right? Let me go ahead and take this outside and let's get this thing inflated. I've gone ahead and unfurled the inflatable here on my driveway. Now, in most yards, you're going to be putting this on a grassy surface, and that's great. You can stake it right down onto the lawn. If you're going to use it on a hard surface that might have some gravel or something, you're probably going to want to put a tarp down. But this inflatable does have, like I said, that heavy material, this sort of PVC-based material at the bottom that is very strong and sturdy and thick, so I'm not too worried about having it just on the driveway. You do also have a number of connection points with these metal D-rings and some really heavy strapping. So the stitching on this is quite substantial. I'm not really worried about these coming loose at all. There are a few zipper access points, and you can see this zipper here is probably about 18 inches or so long. So it's going to be easy to access the inside, but in order to inflate it, you do have to make sure all of these zippered access points are closed. You do have on one end of the inflatable the blower tube. So this is just a piece of fabric attached to the inflatable. That's a tube with some ties at the end, and all we are going to do is wrap the end around the blower, tie it, and then it's going to be ready to inflate. Like so. I think we are now ready for the main event. Let's go ahead and get this thing plugged in and watch it inflate. All right, so what do you think? This thing is taller than my house. I really love how stable it is too. We've had those tall inflatables, especially my jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that I used to have at the end of my driveway here. It would roll all around, but with this base that again is about 11 feet in diameter, I actually think it might be just a little bit more, it is flat and stable. We can shift it around, we can pull it, move it. It's not going anywhere. We don't have it tied down at all, and I'm not worried. I do think, though, you are going to want to tie it down. Obviously, if it were a much windier day, you'd probably have problems. The inflatable itself has a lot of dimension to it. You've got the 3 different ghosts, all with their own different faces. They've got the arms that stick out, the little bow ties. They are dressed for our Halloween party. If, though, the bow ties, again, are not for you, we can turn them around and see what he looks like from the other direction. And from the other side, we get this totally different experience. Again, without the bow ties, they might look a little bit more menacing. You can only really see 2 of the ghosts from this angle, and you're probably going to want to make a consideration in where you place it in the yard, what sort of angle you're looking at. These guys tend to look like they might be looking a little bit more to the left. On the other side, they're kind of looking a bit more to the right. So keep that in mind when you're deciding on placement. Of course, the other thing to take note of is the blower. On this side, you're going to be seeing the blower, whereas if you had it turned around, you're not. And this is a very powerful blower. It is not an insubstantial amount of noise. It's kind of like white noise. You're going to want to plan for that. But if you're having a party like us, just crank up that Halloween music and you'll be fine. I do think with all the white in this inflatable, it's going to be pretty visible at night. There is a big section of black though, and I don't know how that's going to show up. But really, with as white as it is, and the fact that the ghost in the back sort of helps the silhouette of the black ghost, I don't think we're really going to have much visibility problems. We'll just shoot some external light on it and see how that looks. So let's give it just a little more time till it gets dark and we'll take another look. I do think this would look fantastic with some internal lighting, letting the ghosts glow from within. We may be able to sew a tether point on the insides of the ghosts and add those at a later time. And if we do, I will definitely make an update video. But this still has a lot of prominence. You can still see it with no problems, 100 feet away at the street. And I think it looks fantastic. It's definitely a showstopper, but I think if we add a little bit of external light, it's going to give it just even more life. Let's take a look. Look at that. Doesn't it just pop? I am so impressed. Of course, we're going to use some color changing light, so we'll be able to change it to whatever color you want, because different colors are going to give you different moods. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Before we go, I did want to say a special thank you to the Wellcomer team. Thank you again for sending me this wonderful inflatable. It's going to look great in our Halloween display this year. I can't wait to share it with all of you. Make sure that you stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see us as we get closer to Halloween. We're going to be doing more store walkthroughs, DIYs, product reviews, and more. So until next time, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and happy haunting.